when you pulled that door shut for the final time, there was part of me thinking, we have no place to go home to.
Midweek update.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We're so glad you stopped by today. And if you've never been to our channel before, my name's Patrick.
I'm Patty.
This is Bess and Truman,
Truman.
our, 7-year-old Cavalier
Gonna
King?
be soon.
Gonna be 7 in
for
April.
Truman,
For Truman
April, yeah.
in September.
Yeah.
And
Seven.
for those of you wondering what's going on, we have officially went full-time RVing.
We are. This is our home.
This is our home. We are now 1 week.
1 week. Can you believe
1
it?
week in. It's
1
hard to
week.
believe.
Time
And
flies.
so we just thought we better do another update video to let everybody know what's going on and how it's been going so far.
Yeah.
So let's rewind back to a week ago. And so last Saturday,
Right.
I think that was the 8th of March.
You're right. Yep.
Actually, if we go back a couple days before that, our movers called. They were scheduled to come on Wednesday.
Correct.
And I got a text saying,
Of this past week.
yeah, saying, is there any way we could come on Saturday? Something had shifted in their schedule. And I said, you know, I mean, we knew that on Saturday we were going to bring the trailer to the KOA where we're staying for a month. We had planned not to move in until like Sunday or Monday. But I thought, you know, what's the big deal, right? So the movers came. I was over at Happy Acres where I am the manager. And
You're
for
there
the
every one Saturday a month.
one Saturday a month, we let our seasonals in because we are a seasonal park. We haven't opened yet. And so Patty had the movers come. You assisted them getting, and really they were moving 2 things. That was it.
Well, our king bed.
King bed.
With the frame. And then the grandfather clock.
Yep. And so I get this text saying, hey, the movers were awesome.
They're great.
They got everything into the storage unit. And I said, great, at 4 o'clock when I lock the gate here, I'll be hitched up. I'm going straight to the KOA. Meet me there. And so I ended up getting over here about 4:30, I think it was, 4:20, something like that. Got on the site. First issue we had was the auto leveling on this thing.
Was a joke.
It's been acting up. It acted up in Florida at Christmas, and that was on paved. That was a paved site or concrete site, I don't remember, at Disney where the sites are really level. And I ended up having to shut it off because it had this thing so wonky.
It was really weird.
I'm guessing there's some kind of reset we have to do or something. I don't know. I need to read up on it. But anyway, I had forgotten about that. I got over here, same issue. Could not get it leveled. Finally ended up doing the old-fashioned way like I'd done in Florida, which is get out a bubble level and just run the jacks down manually. So we got in, and then I went out, hooked up the water, went to do a power fill, which just means we were going to put water in the fresh tank because it was going to get below freezing.
Right.
And I said, we'll run off the pump for a couple nights. And instantly water was pouring out of the hot water compartment.
Not good.
And the short of that is a plastic pressure valve sensor thingy had
That's very
cracked.
technical.
I know, it's very technical.
sensor
It had
thingy.
cracked, the hairline cracked over the winter.
Yeah.
If you want to hear all the details about it, check out our other
podcast.
YouTube channel, Travels with Delaney, the podcast.
That's
or Travels with Delaney.
The podcast.
We have a dedicated YouTube channel where you can get the video version or you can listen to it on any major podcast platform, whether that's Apple, now Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, places like that. So we just did a whole, or we will have this week a brand new episode where we detail everything that went wrong.
Right.
And so that first couple nights we had no water in the trailer.
Nothing.
There was no way, so we ended up buying jug water
bottled
so we could
waters.
flush the toilet and wash
Brush
our
our
hands.
teeth and wash our
Luckily,
hands.
we couldn't really go home because you might have said, well, why didn't you just go home on Saturday night? You still had the house.
Bed.
Our bed had been put in storage. We would have slept on the floor.
Yeah.
So for Saturday and Sunday, we ran home because the plan was not to turn the keys over till that following Friday. We were going to use all this past week to move out.
Right.
So we went over there, used the shower Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
And then on Monday, Myron from Landstar RV, if you ever need repairs,
He is awesome.
warranty work, modifications to your RV, if you can get to Northeast Indiana, check out Myron
Yep.
from Landstar RV. He owns the company. He works full-time at Grand Design during the day. He has his own tech service in the evenings and
He has his
does
own
great
shop,
work.
yeah.
Has his own shop. But he was literally able to find us the part, and there's a whole story behind that. Again, you can check out the podcast. Got us back in business by Monday night. I think by 5:30 we had
We
water.
were good.
We are good to go. And
Crisis averted.
I think it was on Monday. You know, I know it was.
I know Monday we
Patty had
finished up
taken
the
Monday
house.
off.
Yep, I did.
And so we decided
Monday to finish cleaning.
we're just going to do it. Get it done. Spent the whole day at the house cleaning, getting our last few items
And
out.
once we knew Myron had fixed the water in the afternoon, we went back over in the evening and finished up everything at the house. That way we could just turn it over to them.
Yep. And we knew Maddie, the new owner, was coming on Tuesday. She had asked if she could drop a few things off. And we said, sure, no problem, because we knew we weren't actually living there. But we were thinking we were going to need all week to clean and that type of thing.
No.
So I ended up texting her late on Monday night and said, hey, the house is yours. The keys, the garage door openers, all of the stuff is on the kitchen island. And you are officially
the owner.
The owner.
You're in.
And so we literally closed the door for the final time Monday.
Monday evening.
Yep. And that's it. We're full-time RVers now. Again, if you're new to our channel and you haven't been following our progress, our full-time experience looks a lot different than many on YouTube.
Yes.
So Patty and I are both semi-retiring.
Yeah.
I am officially retiring from Ivy Tech Community College. I think my last official day on paper is August 10th. I'm going to work, a 25% contract this summer, basically to train my replacement.
Right.
I think
I'm leaving my teaching job. I've already put in my resignation. They've already got a replacement.
They've already replaced her. So what, about June 1st,
Yeah,
assuming there's no
there.
more snow days or anything?
And that's the end of the school year. So I said I would resign at the end of the school year. And I'm going to be doing eBay full-time then after that. And yeah.
So, and then I, as I mentioned, I think earlier, am the manager for Happy Acres Campground here in Angola, Indiana. So 7 months out of the year, we'll be living in our RV at Happy Acres. And then once we close the gate at Happy Acres this winter, we are headed
to Texas.
We're going to be winter Texas.
Yeah.
So pretty excited. We're going to be down in the San Antonio area, north of San Antonio. And then we'll do it all over again next spring. We'll come back to Happy Acres. And then who knows where we'll go the next winter.
Right, because we don't want to limit ourselves just yet because, we got this freedom now. And we just want to enjoy for a while and live in our new home and then figure out what we want to do after that. But yeah, this is so cool. It's an exciting thing. There's no oh my gosh, we shouldn't have sold the cabin feeling. I think we both kind of have a weight off our shoulders because it just was to a point we knew it was time to make a change, and whether we buy a different house or whatever, just because of everything that needed to be done at the cabin and the yard, and it was a lot.
I will admit, when you pulled that door shut for the final time, there was part of me thinking, we have no place to go home to. It kind of set in, and again, not in a bad, neither of us regret selling the cabin. We were ready to move on from the cabin.
But it was we have no home.
Yeah, just for a second, it kind of hits you we're homeless.
Kind of.
But somebody had left a comment, I think, on our podcast channel, and they said, you're not homeless. You just don't own a house.
Yeah.
And that's true, because if you think there's a difference between a house and a home, and as long as the four of us are together and we have a roof over our heads, this is our home.
Right.
In fact, I don't know how many times already you have corrected me and said,
this is our home, dear.
Yeah, I'll say well, we'll go back to the RV.
I'm it's not our RV, it's our home.
Yeah, well, it is still an RV technically, but it's our home.
Yeah,
and
teasing you.
Yeah, and I think we're pretty excited.
I think so, and again, we're just getting this rig acclimated. We've made some adjustments and that kind of thing, and it's going to be good.
Go ahead.
It's going to be fun.
In the comments, because I know some of you are thinking it. Put what percentage chance you think there is that within a year from now, this will not be the RV we're setting in. Because I know some of you are already placing bets
We
on.
know you, Linda.
Yeah, or Bill Porter, or we just know some of you are already making your bets.
Making your bets, yeah. Can
So
we get in on that bet?
maybe would we have an inside shot
We might.
to win?
We
Maybe
might.
I don't know, but no, I think. But Patty's right. We've had this RV. Well, it'll be a year.
It'll be
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Yep.
And even though we have spent a ton of time in it because lived in it all last summer, when you live,
When most of everything, not everything.
well, no,
You can't have everything, but you have a lot more things in it.
yeah,
That you need that you didn't always because it was different.
yeah. So our first week in here, which was my spring break, which worked out really good, has been a lot of rethinking where things go
of stuff, yeah,
and rethinking, do we really need this in here or can it go to the storage unit?
right.
Because
a lot of doubles, because you have, let's say for example, your cleaning supplies, so you got to think, I don't need doubles, and just stuff like you don't need in here that maybe we could put over there and shift things around and adjust what's up above us and all kinds of stuff being done. You've done a great job.
Yeah, well, you have too, because you went out and bought storage containers,
trying to just get it more organized so it's easier, more functional.
Right. I think we're getting there. I will say, now that we've been in it in a week, which I know is not long, but we've been in this RV so much. But after a week, things that I wished we had done differently what I wish we would have done is went one size bigger.
Got the one with the...
For three reasons.
Yep.
Number one, I wish I had a residential refrigerator.
Right.
It's just really hard. And we did this all summer, so we'll survive.
You have to manage what size of your things you put in there and what you buy.
You can only buy, especially on the freezer side. The freezer is really small. And so when you're, that's one regret.
That's one.
Second thing is, if we would have went one size bigger, the whole front cap would have been a closet.
Yeah, a hanging rod type of closet.
We have what we need in here clothes-wise.
Right.
But, it would have been nice to have just a little more closet space.
Yeah.
And then the third thing is, if you went one size bigger, you could have got a king bed. And even though we survive on a queen, that extra 10 inches of width with
really
these two guys would just be nice. But again, none of those. And then the other nice thing would have been, I guess I said three things, fourth
now
thing.
You're adding a fourth?
I'm adding a fourth. The next size up had a washer-dryer hookup, which I didn't think I would ever want.
But I think it would be...
Convenient. To
Yeah.
not have to always run out, especially when it's raining out and things like that, and you really need to do laundry. But those would be, otherwise, this RV is perfect. And, so, and none of those,
get your bets going.
none of those are deal breakers, though. I mean, and again, we spent all last summer in this RV, so we know we can survive with. I think what was different last summer was we could run home and grab things out of the freezers at home.
Yes.
So I could buy at Costco, or I could buy extra meat and freeze it.
Or you could buy extra like TP and
You're right.
all that stuff. And you just don't have here the room.
Right.
For
So
it,
I think what we'll probably end up doing is buying a small freezer and putting it in our shed at Happy Acres so I can at least have meat and not have to run to town every 3 days to get meat. That won't solve our problem going to Texas.
No.
But in Texas, we'll probably just, hang out at Woody Priscilla.
That's right.
So, no, we're joking. They're probably listening and thinking, great, these people are going to be over here for every meal. Nah. But anyway, that's it. We just wanted to update you that it's official. We no longer have possession of Tall Pine Lodge. It's no longer our home, and we're in our new home.
And the puppy update, they're healthy, those that know these guys. And Truman turned 7 coming up
in April.
It's hard to believe, April 10. He's going to be 7.
7 years old. And
they both went to the groomer. They needed a groom. They hadn't been groomed since December.
Yep.
And they smell like, I always say, little air fresheners now because whatever they use on them, and they're so soft and they look good. And then it got cold again. So hopefully it'll warm back up for them. But yeah, they're doing great.
So we've got 2 weeks till your spring break.
Yep.
We're going to actually
Do a mini
go
vacay.
away for like 4 nights.
Just a short little
And then
jaunt.
hopefully when we get back, if the weather looks good, hopefully we can get back over to Happy
And move to
Acres.
Happy.
And I think once we're at Happy Acres on our site that we've had for the last 2
It's
years,
a beautiful site.
it's gonna feel more like home.
Yep.
You know, right now we're, you know, KOA's fine here.
Fine.
But you know, it's just a typical KOA where you're lined up.
We're tight.
And we know we're not staying long term. So
we could do that commercial. Would you like some Grey Poupon? And I just hand
it out.
the
Yeah,
window.
yeah. So,
I don't know if our awnings could open, but they probably could. But
no. They could. Yeah, we could open our awnings. It's been so windy this week.
oh
we
my
haven't been
gosh!
able to put our
I don't know
awnings
about you
out,
guys,
so.
but it's been terribly windy here.
Yeah. So anyway,
yeah.
there it is. Week 1 update of being full time.
Yep.
So far, it doesn't feel that strange.
No. It's our home.
Yeah, it's just our home. It's just a matter of getting settled in for
Yes.
permanent living.
Right.
And we're getting there.
Yep.
We're getting there.
We
and
are.
like I said, once we get to Happy Acres, it's going to feel
Even
really
better,
like home. So,
yeah.
all right, that's it for this update. We'll come back in a couple weeks and update you on how we're doing once we hopefully get settled in at Happy Acres. And we should have a video coming out very shortly on the water heater issue that we had. I did try to film some of it just to document so people could see. And I'll also explain in that video kind of what we think might have went wrong with the water heater over the winter. And so look for that video coming out on this channel soon.
Yep.
And until next time, everybody, we'll see ya.
On down the road.
Bye.
Travels with Delaney. We'll see you on down the road.